And hello everyone, my name is K-Hug, you can call me Kyler, and welcome back to the Season 2 Let's Play Minecraft Survival Series. This is usually the part where I say like, subscribe, share, and comment. Go ahead and do that, that's all we're going to say. You may be wondering what on earth is the big number -1 behind me here over my right hand shoulder, left side of the screen, and that signifies the moment that we've been trying to reach for a little over a year now. We have finally hit 100 members. I believe I was 101 when I did this. It's now 102. So we have surpassed our goal and we are on to our next one, which we will set in due time. I think we need to take it easy for a little bit. I don't think we want to set expectations too high, but I am here to thank you guys for all of your support. I could not do it without you, and I hope you guys continue to support the series onward from here. That brings me to a couple points of conversation, and then we will do that while we are in our episode today, and that is because we are going to create a new member counter. Yeah, you heard it. We're going to tip some redstone, although we know how how good I am at redstone, and that is not very, if I'm being completely honest. The other thing we're going to talk about is our 100 subscriber special while we do so. So let me go ahead and grab some resources, and I will meet you guys over at that big obsidian box in the sky. I'll be right back. I have not even left the base, and chaos has already begun. Yeah, I'm sorry, little buddy. Maybe you shouldn't step in the hot stuff. He's going right back in there. What are you doing? No! Alright. Anyways, onwards to the video. For those of you who showed up or have seen the last episode, episode 54, 53, something like that, this is the bamboo farm that we created last time, and I've only been on since then for a couple hours, and this is the reward here. We haven't gotten to the second chest yet, which means that hopper back there is not filled, which is why the light is not on, but it looks like it's getting eerily close, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I need some sticks, and I think I started a stick collection. I did indeed. We just need some torches. Oh, we just saw one fall through there, and another one. It's pretty efficient. It works pretty well for somebody who doesn't know how to do automated farms. All right, well, I've got everything I think I need. I'm gonna head over there, and I'll see you guys here momentarily. All right, so we're up here, and things are about to get interesting. We're about to see how compatible K-Hug and Redstone truly are, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we are not very compatible, so bear with me. This is going to be my best attempt at doing a tutorial style build with redstone, and this is quite complicated. So some things just to note off the bat. I'm going to use all red wool for power sourcing. That'll make sense in a minute. This is the block that we're going to build out of. This is going to be where all our redstone dust kind of follows. So redstone dust, red wool. This is going to be for our light indicating system. The blue is going to go, whoa, that's a nice mustache. The blue is what's going to power this guy here. So it's less power, more of just a block for power to push through to light these guys. I don't know if that makes any sense. For those of you who know redstone, it probably does. And then lastly, we have our yellow wool, and that's going to be part of the sorting system. And that's because when we're juggling items in here, which I'll also explain that later, we're going to want to have something to indicate which blocks are specifically pushing the respective ones within this system. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Did I see a whippy bat out here? No, it's just particles. We've got, oh my goodness, I just saw, there he is. We got zombies spawning on the outside of the mega base. Great. So, first and foremost, what you're going to want to do is this block right here on the outside is where your button's going to go. Now, your button's going to power this line of redstone dust into a sticky piston that clocks an observer. Now, from this observer, I'm digging mine into the ground because I don't want to have to dig the ceiling so high, and this is going to I'm going to kind of cover this all back in. But from this source block, you're going to have a little L here, 3 out from the observer and 1 back, and then 1 up like that. This back here doesn't matter, but this sticky piston is going to push this observer into this block, which is going to update what's up here. So if you don't know how that works, we're going to go ahead and put a sample button. This is our sampler button here. So boom, you saw that? He slid forward, he shot a pulse right here, and we're going to want to take advantage of that by collecting that pulse with some redstone. Now, we're going to continue this build up to another layer, and then I will explain these pistons when we get to that point, and then we're going to need some glass. Now, glass is really handy for redstone builds because redstone can go through the panes just like this. It's still up here, it's still connected because it can go through the gaps of the glass, which makes builds like this super easy to do. But I think I might have done this backwards. Hold on, let me think here. I need one. Goodness me, that was scary. Nope, I was right before. I think it's just one. Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Doesn't make so much sense right now, but I will in a little later. And then let's go ahead and just do this wall. You're going to want to go 2 blocks over and 1 block up. That is going to be completely, this is everything in this first column. And in line with the outside of your, the perimeter of your board, that is it. That's everything you need. Now, there is redstone that needs to be enabled in this, so don't get too excited just yet. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to dust all of this. Everything here, the top of every single one of these blocks, you know what, go ahead and continue this over like that as well. So you have this weird looking red tree in the corner, depending on what you use as a block. And we're going to redstone the heck out of all of this, including 2 repeaters. You just need 2 repeaters for this entire build, I believe. Maybe I'll double check that later. But what we're going to do is we're going to extend the redstone on top of everything on this wall. So all the glass pieces, redstone, 1 here and a repeater, and a piece of redstone on top. Now this repeater, both the repeaters, one's going to be down here as well. Make sure you put it on the second tick. 2 ticks on this repeater, or 1 additional tick. So click it once, go ahead and add that redstone on top. Go ahead and break your legs. Come down here and get rid of your temporary blocks. Now, it is time to put in the first selection of our pistons. So the first row of pistons is actually going to be right here. Super simple. It pulls power from that first tick. So when this pushes, yeah, we get 1 pulse. Now, the second row is going to go back here along this wall, add a couple redstone on top of them. So now when we push this, we go up, it goes over. Now, that is key. That is vital. You saw how there's a delay in that? It goes up over. That's because right here in the middle, from these 3 blocks and up about 5 blocks, there's going to be a rotation of objects in here. And those objects are going to be barrels full of just something that's a non-stackable item. And doing that is going to create a different signal from the amount of items in each barrel based on where it's lined up, where these comparators are going to be that are going to power this guy. Now, that may have been really confusing. It'll make sense in the end. I promise. It's actually way more simple than it sounds. And this is coming from a guy who does not understand redstone. So let me go ahead and take us up and work on the next section, and that is going to be our upper piston over here. So we've got 1 going over, 1 going up. This is going to be our last one that'll cycle over. So we need 1 facing down. Now the down one's pretty easy as well. You've got this glass block already. You just place it right there. Bring the 3 out. They're going to push all of them down in front of this guy before getting pushed over. And now we need to use some temporary blocks. Anything of your choice, head up here and place in some redstone. I'm going to take a brief minute to block this in. I overdug, and I just want to make sure that I don't have a bunch of mob issues. And so I'm going to keep that light source, but I like to just try to make things as tight as possible. So if I can just get rid of extra dead space here, now I know nothing can spawn on top of these guys for sure. Okay, delete, destroy your temporary blocks to get back down to this layer here. Now, from this angle, you can now see that items will be pushed, or blocks, down. When they get here, they'll be pushed over. When they get here, up. And last but not least, we got to get them pushed back to the left to get pushed down again. That is where our sticky piston and our slime comes in, and our first yellow blocks. I'm going to use a stone as a temporary block, so we'll head up here. Now, this redstone dust needs to power a sticky piston, which is connected to 3 slime blocks like that. We head on down. We won't need anything else but our 3 sorting. We started using yellow for sorting, our 3 sorting blocks. So now when this is activated, you will see, there we go. These 2 work in tandem, the up and the down. It'll slide 1 column down, 1 column up, and then immediately after, boom, you have a left and a right, simultaneously following that 1 tick later. That is perfect. That's what you want. And what that does is it's just going to rotate everything in a circle. Just boom, counterclockwise, boom. And that's how we're going to get our signal for our different numbers. This is pretty much done. And we're going to go ahead and skip over to the next step. And that is our comparators. Now, this is where things are going to start making sense. I'm going to get rid of this button. It is in the way, unfortunately. This is where all of the blocks are going to be pushed to and where the signals are going to be pulled from. I know that probably sounded like foreign language to some of you, but I promise I will explain it in better detail here in a second. So you're going to build something like this. You come 3 out from your bottom, the bottom row on both those corners, 3 out, put little top hats on them. We're making little top hats here, and then the 3 in the middle down below, 1 right there. All right, comparators all over the place. Just stick these guys everywhere. No, there's a rhyme and a reason for them, but I'll explain those here momentarily. We'll go ahead and get some more of this out of my inventory. We don't need this guy here. That's blocking a signal going through. Okay. Once you punch those out, you can come back up here. We're going to place some redstone dust on that. So that comparator is going to actually pull a signal through this block. And then through and onward. And this one up here, we can continue to do 3 more. Just like so. We're going to actually box this one in. So we're going to close this off. And we're going to add in our next layer, which we're getting kind of, our headspace is kind of getting away from us here. So our next layer here is going to also be, oh, darn it, that's a bummer. We're going to have to get back up there. Temporary blocks again. These are going to be a heck of a lot of comparators. We're going to block this off. It's going to look real funny, real bloody with all this stuff. I want to check real quick. I'm sorry if I messed this up. Ah, we forgot our redstone on these 2 guys. I knew I was forgetting something. Don't forget to redstone every blue block that doesn't have a comparator onto it. We'll cover that back up. Now, on top of this, we're going to go ahead and actually put another layer that just disconnects everything. And then finally, you're going to cover the top of it like this and put the last 2 corners in. And there you have it. I'll try to get to an angle where you can kind of see it. This is probably, oh, we got a blue wool in there. Let me grab that real quick. Okay. This is probably the best angle for you to look at it, but it should be a total of 5 comparators, 2 up there, 2, oh, 6, right? 3, 1, 2, 3, oh, 6, yeah, 6. So the 3 in a horseshoe up top, the 2 and the 1 down below, all of it wired up, all of it ready to go, and get rid of these temporary blocks like that. This will all make sense in a minute. Here's another angle of it if you need. And it's time to move on to the most difficult part and the timing issue of this collection system. So for the starters, we're going to need all of our barrels and we're going to need a ton of shovels. Now I know that sounds really weird. Why would you need shovels for a build? Well, I'm about to explain that to you. What you're going to need is you're going to need some glass. Let's grab some of these shovels out of here. Oops. Nope, I meant to be in there. We're going to need glass. We're going to need your sorting block, whatever. It could be iron. It could be gold block, whatever you need. As long as it's not a redstone block. You need a bunch of barrels and then just as many shovels as a guy could really ask for. Now, I've got other shovels in a box somewhere where I did a different build of this. Yes, I've done this twice now. No, I'm not enjoying it. Okay, so that's everything you'll need. Just these 3 items and shovels. So, to begin, you're just going to place them just like so. You're going to have to follow me exactly as I do. There is no room for error on this because this, okay, there's an error. Don't do that one. Let me place a few of these in here, or this whole first row, and then we can explain what's happening here. And then go down a couple more. And then I think that one stops short. What do I have going on here? I've got 1, 2, I think I have another error in here. I think that one's got to go. Something looks a little fishy. And a solid block here, I believe. Yeah. All right, so that is your first layer. It is going to be a total of 10. Nope. Yes, 10 barrels and 1 block. And it's got to go exactly like this. Leave the voids in here. That's because this piston doesn't need to push a block. These gaps are strategically put in here to avoid or to get the right counter on the redstone lamps when it activates. And we are heading into what is now the oddest part, and that is the shovels. So, follow me block by block so you do not get this count wrong. If you get this count wrong, it does not work. And we don't want that. You got 4 in the top, both rows. Moving down to row number 2. 4, we've got 2. We've got 4. Going down a row from left to right, starting again, we're going to have 1 and then 2. And another 1. And this is going to be a 4. And the final one, I think, also is a 4. Now you're going to notice that this comparator is actually picking up a signal from this box, and that is because this box has 4 shovels in it. It's reached the strength where it is now giving a pulse, and if we step out here, you'll be able to see a couple lights are on. You can't really see it from this angle. Hold on, maybe we'll get out here a little farther. But you can see there's quite a few lights on. Looks like we got a number 7 activated. Now that's not truly what it's going to be, but it is showing us that this is working, and that's excellent. Now, we're heading on to the next layer, which is going to go like something like this. So we want, again, 2 in the top row. Now here's where it's a difference. We're going to have 2 of our blocks, and then we're going to have a little 3 pattern here. Like that. Come down. We'll go back over with another block, and then another gap. So you just have another gap there, gap up there, and a gap in this corner. Now, shovels. Yes, shovels again. We're out. Let's go get some more shovels. All right, now shovels, we need 1 in the top, 2 in the next one, down, skip the 1 row, because there's no chest in that one, no barrels. 2 in this one, 2 in the center, 1 here, back to the left side, 2 more, a 1, and then the bottom one here is going to be 4. All right, now we're on to the next layer. The final layer is going to include our glass, but we're going to have a barrel in the top, per usual. We're going to have a block next to it. Our first piece of glass, a pair of barrels, another block, skip 1, glass, another block, skip 1, barrel, and then 1 more skip, a barrel, and glass. So your last row should look like that. And we're just looking at these 5 by 3. Now, we got to go back and do the shovels. Once again, we've got a 2, a 4, another 2. I think we're going to have enough here. I hope I didn't lose any shovels. 1 and then 2. Now, I've got the problem where you should always have an even number of shovels. And it looks like we... Oh, no. Looks like we're going to fall and break our legs. I guess we're going to go back and look at it. For some odd reason, I don't remember having an extra one. And I'm kind of concerned that I don't have enough in there. But there is a big 0 up there, which indicates that it may be working. Oh, my goodness. It might be working properly. Let's get in there. These level 3 rockets are ridiculous. Let's head on in here. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we update, when we pulse this thing. And now this is where I have a little change in idea. So what I would like to do is I would like this button to be down on our community member board area. So what I need to do is go in here. This part we can you can not worry about. I'm going to go ahead and get this signal strength all the way down, so when I add names I can push a button. Okay, well, it appears that everything seems to be working as intended. So I threaded the redstone to this block here. So there's just a redstone pulse right down here that carries up to where we were originally in there with the build. And you can see I got the number 1 there because I went ahead and tested it. So we'll hit it 1 more time. Number 2, 3. We'll know if we have a shovel error because one of these will not come out appropriately. 5, 6, 7, we're almost there, 8, 9, and back to 0. And that's where the second one is going to come in. So let's head back up there. I said up as I plummet to the earth. And safely procure our spot. Boom. Right in here. So this is the final build behind me to the redstone counter. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to duplicate that 3 more times. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the materials for 3 more times, but I may, just may, have enough for 1. So let me go ahead and sit back, kick my feet up, and go ahead and get the second number done. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, I want to take a quick moment to stop and just update you guys on this process. So I'm noticing as I'm building through here, now I had to play with this before, trying to figure this out, but first and foremost, this comparator is new, wasn't temporarily part of the original build, and that is because we are pulling, when this is on 0, which it is in fact, can't really tell, but it is back around to 0, and since it's at 0, it is now giving a signal here, which is saying, oh, go ahead and fire all of this. So this sticky piston is extended, the pulse from the observer has been, it's already shot, I guess, but it will shoot again when it goes back. And that is just, so anything other than 0, this will not activate, which in return will leave this alone. So technically, hopefully, What's going to happen here is when this one gets to 9, we click it again, this should activate on that one being at 0. So when that one hits 0, this one does 1 pulse, and this should go to 1. Whether or not that's the case, I guess we'll find out. And our last little helpful hint or tip is when bringing this across. So we're just reimagining or rebuilding the outside area here with the two wool, the glass at an angle to get the pulse up. What you have here on these push out pistons is this here typically was redstone, repeater. But you can already see what the problem is that's going to grab a pulse from that side. So what I'm going to do instead is add a block here. What that's going to do is that redstone is going to power this block, and this repeater is going to pull the power from this block and not be interrupted by that guy there. I felt pretty good about figuring this out. I'm not going to lie. Again, not going to claim to be a redstone guru, but understanding how that worked brought a smile to my face. Now, let me get back into finishing this second build. All right, the last barrel has been filled, and it's time to check. If this does not say 00, then we've done messed up. And it looks like it does. That is, oh man, I forgot. You get on the soul sand, you get all zoomy. Hold on, there we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that magnificent? I think once we build the terrain around this thing and fix that weird hanging stick of stone right in between the divider there, but terrain around this, it's going to look pretty good. Now, it's time for us to go up and at least set this to 99 because I do not have enough resources to do the third digit. Let me head up there and start spamming that button. There's part of me that has a sinking feeling in my stomach that this is not going to work, and I really got to just build this out a little bit so I can stand and see it better. But we're going to go ahead and work through the numbers. We've got 1. We've got 2. We haven't activated the second one yet, so far that comparator is holding strong. 6, 7, 8. The moment of truth. 9. Now, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. I hope you guys have faith in me. I sure as heck don't, but let's go ahead and see if this goes to 0 and that ticks to 1. There it is. Oh my god, okay, there was a delay there and it scared me. Okay, so that works. We're at 10. We've just got 89 more to go. Let's go ahead and see if it at least does 20. I think that's going to be the telltale sign. Okay, we don't have a double. It didn't do the second one. If it goes to 21 without a problem, I'm going to be super happy. And then we know we just have to do this process over and over and over. Here we go. Number 20. Oh no. Oh no. Let me go see what got broken. Clearly something in here did not activate, or I messed a barrel up, and that is why it is super important to keep track of all of your bits. Now, what happened here? We got a couple swords. Yeah, didn't mean to make those. What's oh, wait. We shoved it down twice. It didn't go over. Okay. Where did we go wrong? Oh no, there's broken redstone. Oh, that's never a good feeling. All right, we're gonna have to unfortunately dig all of this out because you can't really reset this thing appropriately. So let's break this down a bit by bit. I want to see where this went wrong. Where is the redstone broken? Oh, well, it's broken because this barrel smashed the redstone. Okay, that makes sense. Why did this activate and this one not? And I'm wondering, oh no, you know what? You know what I did, folks? I know exactly what I did. Can anybody guess what I may or may not have done to myself? Just as I suspected. Somebody else, can you spot the error? Yeah. We forgot to offset the ticks in this design. I believe I did do it here. So that is why it is so important to double check your repeaters. If anything is off, such as that, it just takes one repeater on a different tick and the whole thing is ruined. Let me go ahead and rebuild and then we'll run it back one more time. It is the moment of truth. We're back up to 18. Let's go ahead and give it a 19 and deep breath. Here we go. 20. Hey, we hit 20 and now it should be 21. Perfect. All right, let's use our last rocket to get back inside of here. Hopefully there's no creepers around up top. If one falls down through here, I'll be very upset. Let's stay back maybe, but that is the system in total. Now, I'm pretty sure, not certain, but I'm pretty sure that if I am intelligent enough, I can probably figure out or assess that if I put another redstone here, a comparator, when this bad boy hits 0, once again, ooh, should that one be lit? Interesting. This one shouldn't change until this. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can add another number later down the road, but I am out of everything redstone. That's I meant to open the box. Thank you. But that should be what leads us to the 3rd digit and so on and so forth. I thought that grass block was a creeper, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a huge pit in my stomach when I looked dead at that thing. Let me head back to base and get some sleep before something terrible happens here. And there it is with all of its glory, 98. I'm too scared to go 99, not gonna lie. I don't want to creep anywhere near 100 until, because that button pushing is pretty horrendous. So once we get a little closer or get the 3rd number in there, I'll give it a couple more taps and we'll see what happens. But I think that's gonna kind of bring us to an end of today's episode. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the first 100 subscriptions. I will get this done. I will get this completed. And hopefully we are on the way to 500, our next intermediate goal. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Wow, give this video a like, share with your friends, and leave some kind words in the comments down below. And speaking of comments, let me know what you guys or any ideas you guys may have for a 100 subscriber special. I do have a couple quick announcements that I can give to you as a thank you from me to all of you guys, and that is we have a video coming up with another fellow content creator. I will not say who, I will not say when, but that is up and coming on my channel. And I have started an official hardcore series, so look for that in the near future. I'm going to do probably 10 or so episodes at a time, release it weekly, and that's all I got for you guys. As always, stay beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.